dear students, this is Shilpi Saxena. Welcome to my channel Learning Hub. So today we are going to start with another video of introduction to AI. This is the second video, so in which I will be covering few more domains of AI, then AI in our daily life. Okay, so we'll start with the domains of AI. The first domain is data. What is data? You know, data means whatever we are doing in PC, either it is text, it is image, it is video, whatever it is a data. So basis of AI is data. So whatever we are want computer to do, we have to provide some data to the computer to convert it into information. For example, if you have seen the app which can identify the picture of leaf or the disease which a particular plant is suffering from, so that is all data. So why it is happening? Because machine can identify the picture and it is trained to identify the disease of that particular plant or that particular leaf. So whatever we are doing in our PC, that is based on data. Second example, suppose we talk about your school. Each and every school is dealing with a lot of data of students. They have student database. So if you are not going to provide data to the computer, how it will handle, how it will convert it into information? Like for example, when you are when you give your exam, how it is generated, report card is generated based on the data, your father's name, your house, your club, or whatever it is displayed in particular format in your report card, and then marks are displayed, and then percentage and all the other things are calculated. So the basis is data. So many kinds of data are there, and there are different uses of that data. The first type of data is audio data. So audio data, you know what is audio? So audio data is basically used in voice recognition. Everyone must be knowing about Siri, okay, Alexa, Google Home. So what is it? It is all based on AI. So audio data means we are giving we are saying something like, hey Siri, open Google Chrome. So it will directly open the Google Chrome. That is voice recognition. Video data, that is computer vision. This I'll explain in my next slide. Just a brief introduction. It is basically a scientific field. So video image data is used for computer vision, which is basically a scientific field that deals with how computers can gain high level understanding from digital image or videos. Means whatever image or video we are giving to the computer, how it will gain the understanding. So this I'll explain in my next slide. Before that, the textual data. Textual data means whatever data we are feeding to the computer. Like suppose if we are giving your name, your father's name, occupation, salary, your then marks, your academic records. So whatever data we are giving, that is used for classification system. A very good example, suppose we can say like electronics shop. Okay, so we can take an example of electronics shop. They do a survey that they have all the bills, that so based on those bills, that is data, basically textual data. Based on those bills, they can make a survey that, suppose we can take an example of iPhone. Okay, so iPhone, that is iPhone 6, iPhone 7 XR. So which type model is purchased by which age criteria of pupil. So based on the bills, they will identify, okay, Mr. Sham of age 30 to 35 bought iPhone XR, and then Mr. X from age 50 to 60 bought iPhone 6. So based on this data, they can make a survey and identify that which type of model is mostly used by the purchased by which age pupil. Second example, if I'll take example of my YouTube channel, okay, when I open YouTube Studio, there is a criteria that based on the views, based on the data, it can categorize that this between the age of this and this, these percentage of people are watching my videos. So in my videos I saw that between age from 35 to 45 people are subscriptions are more between 35 to 45. So I can identify that most of the people must be teachers, those who are subscribing my channel to learn something, and I think very less percentage of people between 55 and above, because they usually don't teach or they usually don't want to learn or whatever. So this is the textual data which we can classify, which we can use for classification, natural language learning, that is whatever is written we are reading and learning, and decision making obviously. So decision making means based, just like previous example, we can make a decision that this age criteria are buying more number of iPhone, that is XR, so they will order more of XR rather than more of 6. So then this way decisions can be taken. Then comes big data. Big data, as the name indicates, that is huge amount of data. See, database can handle the limited amount of data. If we talk about big data, database, the normal database is not able to handle this much amount of data, and this big data is basically used for prediction. We can say about weather predictions, forecast, insights, decision making. All these things are the applications of big data. Next thing is CV, that is computer vision. What are its uses? First of all, computer vision, what is it? It is a field that deals with how computers can gain high level understanding from digital images or videos. Means how computer can learn from the image or whatever video we are feeding. Computer vision, how it can see a image, how it can identify a video. So that is the study of computer vision. So the application is, first of all, face recognition. Face recognition, everyone must be aware of a face recognition. First of all, in to unlock a computer, sorry, to unlock a phone. Second thing, all of you must be using Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Whenever we are uploading a photo on Facebook, it can identify the picture of the person we have uploaded, and if you want to tag, it will identify the picture and display the name, and you have to just select the name. So wherever the picture of that person is there, the name will appear, that this is suppose Shilpi Saxena, this is suppose Saroj Rawat or whatever. So when we are uploading a picture, it will identify the persons who are available in that particular picture. So same thing that Google Photos, Snapchat, these are the common things you must be knowing better. So the next thing is the law enforcement agencies like FBI. They can use face recognition technique to identify the person who is culprit. So because what they do is they just change their makeover and they put makeup, or they just change their appearance and can go for a crime. So that can be, the face recognition technique can be used to identify the person. So next thing is CIBR. CIBR is content based image retrieval. So it is basically it is used for identifying images based on the composition, color, texture, etc. For example, I just now explained you example of identify the disease of a plant or identify the leaf of a plant. So which plant, to which plant that particular leaf belongs, or identify the species of flower. So this is all the identification which is done through machine learning. So this concept I'll explain in my further videos. The basic of machine learning is that in which the machine is trained. It is trained to identify. Suppose for example, I take an example of leaf identification. So machines are trained based on the data, that if this is the length, the width or the texture of picture, in that case this leaf belongs to this plant. In this way the machine is continuously trained on data, and based on that data, after that we test the machine. After testing that, we can launch the application, that this particular application will, when you will click the picture, when you will feed the picture, that particular device will be able to, or that particular app will be able to identify the picture of that particular plant. That is basically identification of image. So this is used in search engines like Google and Bing. Okay, the same thing goes. Then you must have heard about MRIs. So these MRIs, they take picture of the bones, backbone, or the human brain, and whatever is there in human brain, the MRI take picture of from different angles, and then based on those pictures the computer can identify what all things are abnormal in the brain. Then similarly the earth sciences, all these things comes under CBIR. The next thing is smart interaction. Okay, smart interaction means the interaction basically when we are communicating with each other, that is interaction. Similarly, we can communicate with computer by giving different input to the computer. So giving input to the computer to perform some activity is interaction with the computer, that is smart interaction. So for example, if we say about gaming, so we give the input to the computer, the movement of the particular to identify the movement that is done through computer. So gaming, for example, the example is Microsoft Kinect. So this is a game. It is basically a device which is developed by Microsoft, which is used for motion sensing of input device. Whatever device, when we are moving the particular thing, so that can be identified by this device. So it can also perform gesture recognition. Gesture means the way you are moving, the way you are standing, that is gesture, that is position. The speech recognition, the body skeletal detection, up to 4 people it can do, up to maximum of 4 people, and these things can be done through this particular device. Similarly, there are different other games like emoji scavenger hunt, this is a game which is powered by TensorFlow. You know what is TensorFlow? It is used for developing a model. Model means, yes, the model is basically it is a prototype of any particular machine. Suppose I want to develop a machine, for that I will first of all develop a prototype. So the development of model is done through the TensorFlow. The actual program which will be developed, that will be done through TensorFlow to handle the big data. So next thing is systems from differently abled individuals. So differently abled means those who have some disability. So these people can interact with the computer by different ways. So all these things comes under smart interaction. So next is environment perception. Environment perception basically means the feeling about the environment. Means whatever is around, the feeling about environment. Feeling, the computer, we have heard that it doesn't have feeling, but I'm not talking about that feeling. That it means, for example, analyzing video. Environment means whenever we are feeding the video, or whenever we are feeding the images, or so what it will do, it will identify the patterns in the video, identify the patterns in the image. And perceiving environment means what, for example, you can take an example of image to text or video to text. So it will analyze the video and take out the text and display the result before you. So basically it can identify the video and gives the result in form of text, or it can generate the report. That is environment perception. Next domain is NLP, that is natural language processing. So natural language processing, as I told you, you must have used Siri or Alexa. So how AI is used in NLP, how Alexa is identifying what are you saying, that is all done through natural language processing. It consists of two parts. You know what are the two parts? NLU and NLG. NLU is natural language understanding and NLG is natural language generation. When you speak, now how you will understand this? I'll take one example. Suppose I speak to Alexa, or I speak to Google Home that okay Alexa, give me the details of all the computers, the high-end computers available in the market. Okay, so whatever I'm speaking, so Alexa will understand that is the AI will understand whatever I am speaking in natural language, and then it will whatever words I am speaking, that words it will interpret those words, and those words will be analyzed, and finally what it will do, it will search for the result. It will search for the result, and then whatever result is there, it will see Alexa speaks out. Okay, so whatever result it will find, that those word will be again interpreted and delivered to the person. Yeah, it will speak it out. That is natural language generation. Means whatever word it is identifying, whatever search result found, those words will be converted to the sentences or phrases and converted into natural language sentences, and then it is delivered. That is NLG. So this is the difference between NLU and NLG. Natural language understanding means whatever we are speaking, it will understand that. The device will understand that. So search for the result, and result will be converted in again natural language, that is NLG, natural language generation. It will be converted through NLG and the result will be delivered. So for NLG, it should have text planning, it should have sentence planning and text realization. So text planning means whatever relevant data it will get. Suppose I am asking something, whatever relevant data it will get. So that is text planning. It will be converted into sentence or meaningful phrases is sentence planning. And then whatever it is delivering, what are the phrases we are combining to form a sentence, that is text realization, and finally we will get the result. So these are the three main domains of AI. The next topic is the relevance of AI in daily life. So in this there are different parts, that is 6 dimensions of AI, then smart living, phases in development of smart cities, data for smart cities. So in this video I will be covering only 6 dimensions of AI. So the first thing is automation. So automation means, automation is basically, as the name indicates, whatever is done automatically. You must have seen, see, if you have visited a car company, or if you have visited a suppose cream manufacturing company, what is there? It is all based on automation. See, the car is manufactured through the robots. So robots are programmed using AI. So that is automation, means the parts are assembled, and then when first part is assembled, the line will move and it will go to the next station where robot will assemble the next part. Again the line will move and the car will move ahead, and at the next station the robot will assemble the third part. In this way it is done. Similarly in cream manufacturing company there are different stages, and it is totally machine driven, it's not human driven. That says automation. Then augmentation, that is, augmentation basically means increment. Increment means, see, increment in AI product is very rare, means very slow developments are there in AI, because it is very difficult to incorporate AI in different fields. So for example, like Google Pixel, and Google did not develop any other new product, whatever existing product is there, so that little bit technology it is adding. So before the next product comes to the market, it takes a long time to launch the new product. So the augmentation is very slow in AI. Next dimension is adaptation. Adaptation means basically to adapt according to environment. See, we can take an example of a frog. How it adapt to the environment means it when it is winter, how it adapt to the environment and change the temperature of body. That is adaptation. Similar thing is done through AI. It does not merely execute the program. AI is not meant for executing the programs. Whatever instructions we are giving, it doesn't merely execute it. It has to take decisions by its own. That is AI. That is not it. AI is not only merely programming. So it has to take decisions by its own. That is, these systems adapt or program themselves by learning from data fed to them. For example, I took an example of identifying the image of a leaf, that is identifying the plant. That all comes under AI. That is adaptation. According to the data, according to the training which is given to the machine, it will identify the image. That is all adaptation. We can take another example of turbine. Turbine, you know what is turbine? It is a machine which is used to melt the metal. So the thousands of temperature means the temperature, it is thousands of centigrade. So that temperature is controlled through AI. That it is through AI computers. That is supercomputers are used to control the temperature of those turbines. So it allows this is known as adaptation. According to the environment, it has to adapt itself. Then comes analysis. So then comes analysis. Analysis is basically according to data, according to data, whatever data is fed to it, it will analyze the data and give the result. So that is data analysis. So this thing analysis again in detail I will explain in my further videos. Right now you can simply just take an example of a fraud detection system which can analyze the data, and fraud detection system can uncover the fraud based on the data which is fed to it. That is analysis. Then comes accuracy. Accuracy, as the name indicates, the accuracy is very high in AI. For example, the same example which I took of turbine system, that is turbines, the temperature is maintained to thousands of degrees Celsius. If a few degree up or down, if it goes little bit up, it can melt the whole turbine. If it is down, then the result will not be appropriate. So accuracy means that reaching that particular temperature, that can be done through AI only. So the next and last dimension of AI is acquisition. Acquisition is basically taking from the asset that is bought. So see, already we have lot of data. The computer is handling lot of data. So based on that data, the result is stored in the data itself. We have to just take it out from the data. So whatever data computer is handling, the result is hidden in that data. So the taking out the data, taking out the result, finding the solutions to the problems, it's within the data itself. So we have to acquire these solutions. For example, the example is human genome. So what is human genome? It's a project which is the research is still on this project, that it basically it basically deals with the complete mapping and understanding of genes in human beings. You must have heard about genes. So this project is working on the genes in human being, and this project is still ongoing, and so AI can be used. It is still unlocking the secrets which is in this human genome. Genome is basically when genes are combined together, it is known as genome. So AI system is still working on this project. That is, the acquisition is still going on. So data is there, so taking out solution from the data is acquisition. So that's all for today. In my next videos, I'll just explain what is smart living, what are smart cities, what are the different phases of developing smart cities. Till then, have a nice day. Stay tuned. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please share my video. Thank you and have a nice day.